and designers. We're doing Part 4 Sculpt Geometry using the Sculpt Geometry tool. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Here you can look at this and take these notes. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is you come over here. So we'll make this big. Alright, so the first thing you got to do is you got to make sure that this is on polygons. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Mesh, and we're going to click on this little box right here, Sculpt Geometry Tool. Okay, there it is. Alright, so the Sculpt Geometry Tool will appear. Okay, so in the Sculpt Geometry Tool, so you have some stuff here. Well, first of all, let's say that we want to work on this thing. So we're going to say, we'll go to vertices, and then we'll come over here to either this tool, and we'll say, oh, I'll select everything. So you're working on everything. Or you could come to the brush tool and say, oh, I only want to, well, let's see, we'll click off of this to select nothing. We'll go back to the brush tool and say, oh, I only want to work on these pixels right there. So you'll select just the area that you want to work on, right? But I'm going to select everything. Okay, let's go back to vertex, and then I'm going to select all the vertices, all the points. Okay, and so now we're going to go to our Sculpt Geometry tool, which is right here. Okay, now the first thing you have here is the radius. That's how big your brush is. So if I hit B and I scroll with my mouse, okay, I can make it bigger or smaller. So you notice it has a limit on how small it can get. That's because I have the upper limit. That's as big as it can get, and then we'll make this be able to make it bigger. And this is how small it can get. Okay, so anyway, so now we can adjust how big it is. And you can see the arrow telling me which way it's going to do stuff. Okay, so next you have the opacity. The opacity is how strong it's going to be. Okay, is it going to move it a lot or move it a little? Okay, then you have the profile. This is basically what is your brush actually going to look like. And then the operation over here is what are you actually going to do. So for me, I'm going to pull. And so I'm going to pull this right here so you can see that it pulls that up. Now I'm going to press Control Z and undo that. So we can lower the opacity, and we'll try the same thing, and it won't bring it up quite so much. Okay, and then so you can just use this tool to like sculpt. Okay, and so let's talk about some other things. So you can use this one here to push. So we'll push it down. So we'll kind of flatten it out. So you can use it to flatten it. Anyway, so there's your Sculpt Geometry tool. You can see how you can use that to make a lovely shark just as I have. Let's see if I missed anything. Nope, I think I got it. Alright, there you go.